Hey, welcome back, welcome back. Hopefully you've enjoyed the chips from Lufuno and his beloved team. Talking of your team, Lufuno, there's a lot happening there. People are crying when being substituting. Now you want players. Let's go to the midweek fixture against Stellies. Your thoughts on that performance?
Yeah, let's start by saying it was a 55 years birthday for Amakhosi.
There was cake.
There was a cake. Okay.
Hopefully, Stellenbosch didn't eat it.
No, I think they did. That's a problem.
They did. They gave us
Everybody
3
who goes there eats that cake and comes back with an L.
But back to football, I think we need to give credit to Steve Barker and his team. Very solid team. They're playing a lot of games. They just came from a CAF game and come straight to FNB. But let me tell you, that team it's superb. It's well coached. It's the system. It's I think Kaizer Chiefs yesterday got very, very big 3 points because Stellies are not pushovers, and they had to play. And I think what the coach Nabi did, he started with defensive patterns because he knew that Stellies can hurt him, and it happens with the defenders. They had to change, and I think his changes really helped him. And when you look at Mfundo's pass, the half moon run of Duba, the finish, it was strong 3 points for Kaizer Chiefs.
Essie, with the win, now Lufuno is telling us, give us Real Madrid and give us all those. Does it mean Nabi's starting to find something, or is it a once-off, or is there still a lot of work to do from what you are seeing on your side?
I think it's not a once-off thing, and for me, if you put it like that, it's a bit flawed. Why I say it's flawed? That's a good quality coach. And he's been into this team and he's done amazing things with the team in terms of the young players that he's brought through, the confidence that he's given players like Duba, Shabalala, we've seen these players.
Just don't mention Cross in the same sentence because he's got no confidence.
Cross is going to grow into this team. He's not playing for any other team. He's playing for a big team in South Africa, in Africa. And he's going to grow into that. And I'm not going to say it's unfortunate. It's football. It happens. If you don't deliver, the coach will put you on the bench, and we move on. But going back to the Nabi factor, I think he's coming all right. The one factor that Nabi keeps emphasizing to the fans, what a team quality. And when we say quality, we're not talking about DDC players. We're talking about people that are coming into the team.
But let me ask that: is it that they need to build quality, or they need to be the quality? Because
here's the unfortunate part about in terms of building. You don't have the time at such a huge team.
Lufuno is not understanding at all.
You're not going to get that time whereby we're going to say, no, we'll give you 2 seasons to build this team. They want results now. That's Kaizer Chiefs. It's not just not disrespect to other teams. But when you look at the scope of Kaizer Chiefs in terms of what they've done, in the history of South African football, it tells you that this is a huge team and they need the quality right now. The players that he's talking about in terms of Stellies' team, those are players that he's struggling to get in terms of negotiations. We don't know what's happening in the background, but I think Nabi needs to sit on his management team to say, guys, get me quality players so that I can improve the team. Look at where he is. He just jumped to 5th in such a short space of time.
But Lufuno, having heard that, by the way, welcome. Amakhosi, officially you had a decade without a trophy. 2015, you're officially at a decade, right?
No, we're not going to dispute that. It is what it is.
But looking at what I saw Coach Nabi talking to Titus, maybe he's already started negotiations there.
He's probably his favorite player.
Yeah, Paul, look, if you touch Titus, I watched him closely yesterday. It's something else. The positioning, the speed, how he attacks, the
spaces.
Left. If it was me, forget about the police. Just go and spend the money and get the player. Because Titus will give Chiefs another dimension in terms of attack. It's what we're talking about when in terms of quality. Currently, Chiefs are getting goals from DDC players. It's not good enough to survive in the PSL. Currently, Kaizer Chiefs don't have a top centre forward. They don't have. You don't know where the goals will come from.
Look, Duba is one of the leading scorers.
Well, I agree with you, but he's a DDC player.
Having said that, your former coach, Manget.
Yeah.
I know Coach Nzie took a lot of flack by saying he's seeing beautiful things happening there at Amazulu.
Yeah.
Babina Noko came to
humble,
cool it down and say that. Your thoughts on the two, because now you've got a coach that's returned at Babina Noko in Hlonolo Siema. He's suddenly doing well. The co-coaches at Amazulu were doing well, but Babina Noko came out on tops of that. Your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, it was a good game. And for me, I think Babina Noko have always been consistent because they always play around that position 4, position 5, always, all the time. They consistently sitting in that position. It means that they're sustaining the position and winning games as well. So, for Amazulu, what they need to do, they need to be consistent. They've got this ratio: win, lose, when draw, lose. So
they fluctuate.
Yeah, they fluctuate. But honestly speaking, they've stabilized Amazulu from the previous coach, and now Amazulu is a different team. They are very difficult to play, So what they need to do is to get consistent and start winning games, maybe win 2-3 games in a row, so that they can start moving up the log as well.
SC,
Samposa.
We must have Amy Awards. Tito, nice dive, convinced the ref that it's a penalty. Games on the thought, Mushin back at it again.
The Tito factor reminds me of a certain Nedbank Cup, Exactly. But I'm not going to fault Tito. I'll say it's intelligence in terms of him. Officiating is poor. We've been saying this on the show for so many days, that we need to get our officials giving us proper quality officiating. But going back into the game, I think Mushin came with a proper plan. I'll tell you why I say this. The center of that game, Mbata versus Petros. You have Tito versus Mokocho. This is the first half. The quality around those two teams, it was just insane.
With all that insane, I hear you and I know you're very excited. All I say, before we go, the mayor of Joburg, please give Mushine Tukral the freedom of Soweto, because he's had both Soweto teams and served them humble pie. Go get yourself some water, because the pie goes down very rough without anything to drink on.